Hey, what's up, guys? It's T-Dog Reviews, and I'm sure most of you have heard by now, but last night it was announced that Kentaro Miura, the creator of Berserk, passed away due to acute aortic dissection. And from what I understand, it's basically heart disease. So I wanted to make a quick little tribute video to Kentaro Miura and Berserk, because this is currently my second favorite manga of all time, and it's definitely a pretty important series, and I know it's important to a lot of other people too. Now, one of the reasons why I like Berserk so much is pretty much every time I read Berserk, I get kind of motivated to improve upon myself. And I think that's kind of what the series is largely about. I mean, the character Guts, after the Golden Age, he's pretty much a lone wolf, but throughout the Conviction arc and the Millennium Empire arc, he really learns the importance of teamwork and camaraderie, and with the Berserker armor, he really learns the full extent of his potential, and he really learns how to properly use his strength. And same with the character Casca too. I mean, she started off as a really strong warrior who pretty much lost everything at the end of the Golden Age arc, and in the past few arcs, she has really been getting her life back on track. And then there's, of course, the character Farnese. I mean, she started off on a witch hunt against Casca, and then in the Millennium Empire arc, she was working with Casca, Guts, and a literal witch. But out of all the characters in Berserk, I think the two most relatable characters would have to be Isidro, or as I like to call him, Sneak Sidro, and of course Puck, because both these characters are kind of rascally, and they like to goof around a lot. And I think they add a lot of much needed comic relief and some interesting dynamics to an otherwise dark series. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the ending of Berserk, because I know some people are probably wondering whether someone's going to take over Berserk and finish it for Kentaro Miura, but honestly, I don't really think that should happen. I think Berserk is really Kentaro Miura's series, and I think it should probably just be left like that. So I think the remaining chapters should just be published in a separate volume, and I think that should probably just be the ending of Berserk. I also wanted to say that I don't think the manga community should be complaining too much about hiatuses in a series like Berserk or Hunter x Hunter, because even though it can be a little disappointing, the main purpose of a hiatus is to look out for the health of the artist. And regardless of how fast they put out content, that should definitely be the number one priority. And overall, I just wanted to say that Berserk is just an incredible manga. I mean, after the Golden Age arc, some people were like, oh, after that arc, it goes downhill. But then I read the Conviction arc, and I just thought it was even better overall. And then after I finished the Conviction arc, some people were like, oh, the Millennium Empire arc is really where it goes downhill. But then I read the Millennium Empire arc, and honestly, I just appreciated Berserk even more afterwards. So yeah, if you haven't read Berserk, I would definitely recommend the entire thing. I actually still haven't even read the Fantasia arc, but I'm definitely going to read that at some point because, yeah, Berserk is one of the best manga ever made. With all that being said and done, I just want to give a huge thanks to Kentaro Miura, all of the assistants and editors who worked on Berserk, and especially all the fans of Berserk, because if it weren't for the fans, I probably wouldn't have even heard of this series. So big thanks to all those people, because this is a story that I'll probably never forget.